What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. We haven't said it like that in a while. Raw TV, and the head goes all sassy and shit. So tonight we're going to talk about something that is an age-old thing, that it's a myth, a rumor, a fact, a science. I mean, you basically, no matter how you slice it, it's a big topic amongst not just the bodybuilding community. As a matter of fact, I think the bodybuilding community pretty much has kind of, now they don't even give a shit about this anymore. But the average public and people getting into it that are new need this fucking information. So that being said, what am I talking about? I always do that. I start out with a thing and I have to go back to the subject. I guess it's just my style. It's how I think. I don't know. Eating before bed, does it cause you to gain fat? That is the question. Now, many old school trainers, the bro school, old school, bro school, many bro school, which is old school bros, would have you stop eating after 6 p.m., 7 p.m., shit like that. And it was a very common thing in the 80s, maybe even early 90s or whatever. And of course, these old school people, as they start training people, excuse me, it never really was based on science. It was based on stuff that they learned, whatever. And in their head, if you eat before bed, the food sits in your stomach, slower digestion, slower recovery, and the food just turns into fat. I had that in my head too. So then I had to fucking really realize that that's one of the, strangest things I ever heard. What all of a sudden on the clock makes the food turn into fat, right? Okay, let's research this a little bit. So I went and did a little bit of research. Now, just to throw this out there, I go to bed. Technically I'm done work at about 2:30 in the morning. So I start working at 9:30 in the morning. As soon as I wake up, I'm doing emails. And I go to bed like around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Really late, it'll be about 4. But I'll eat, 2 in the morning, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning is my last meal when I'm hungry. And I eat that, usually when I get out of the shower, I eat that. I get done doing all the videos and shit, I eat that. I get in the shower, I get out of the shower, I eat that. And then I usually sit on the couch, unwind a little bit, and kind of let my brain kind of just wander, because I've been trying to focus on shit all day, and my ADD usually, fucks with me. And then I go to sleep. And I've done this 10 years now, 15 years now, whatever. Now, I'm also extremely lucky. So at 43 years old, I weigh 205 pounds, and I'm just about the same exact body fat I was when I was 19 years old. When I was 19, I got my body weight up to 203, naturally. No drugs, nothing like that, just training and eating. Matter of fact, I'd say I'm leaner now than I was when I was 19. I think I probably have a little more muscle now, but I'm the same exact body weight, but my metabolism is pretty much the same as it was when I was a kid. It's almost no different at 43, even after all the steroids, taking T3, DNP, clenbuterol, forcing myself to get fat, starving myself for diets. Right now, I don't have to try to maintain my weight or my body fat. I literally don't have to try. I just eat my macros that I normally eat every day, and I don't even count my fucking macros. Don't count my calories. So in that aspect, I'm very lucky. So I have to put that out there, because people are going to be like, well, Jerry, your genetics, it's true. Genetics possibly could, be a reason why I can eat whatever the fuck I want right up till I go to bed and not gain fat. However, I don't believe that one bit. I do believe that my genetics are okay for that, but we're going to talk about something right now, because interesting enough, you're going to find actual scientific evidence that you don't gain fat if you eat at night before bed. And you will also find scientific facts with studies to back it up that you do gain fat if you eat late at night or before bed. Now, this blew my mind, because I was always like under the impression that there was no science backing up that you could actually gain weight. But there is, and there is an explanation. So here's the problem. If we don't look at the explanation, we just look at the science, we then have to make the jump and say, well, this is why. Because this is just, it's happening, but we don't really understand why, but it's happening. So therefore, we have to say, eating food before bed makes you fat. But why would it make you fatter? That's the question, right? So we're going to go through this right now. So, it says whether or not you should eat before bed, defined as between dinner and bedtime, has become a hot topic in nutrition. Conventional wisdom says that eating before bed causes weight gain because your metabolism slows down when you fall asleep. This causes any undigested calories to be stored as fat. First of all, if you have undigested calories, meaning that they haven't passed through your system, you haven't pulled all the nutrients out of them, how the fuck did this stuff go directly from your stomach into fat stores? Like, it has to be pulled into your fucking blood first. Does it they're saying it stays undigested, but then you store it as fat. If it stays undigested, it's not digested. So therefore, it can't be stored as fat. It's undigested. It's sitting in your fucking stomach. It makes no sense. Anyways, but that's the theory, right? It says many health experts say that eating before bed is perfectly fine and may even improve sleep or weight loss. Therefore, it's no surprise that many people are confused. Part of the problem is the evidence on the matter actually appears to support both sides. The scientific evidence. What? I know, listen. Because we're gonna get to the bottom of this. I see people arguing all the time about it. Fuck it, this is the truth. You don't need any more than this one fucking video. This is it. This settles the whole fucking thing, right? Said, yet despite the fact there seems to be no physiological reason why, several studies linked eating before bed with weight gain. So what is going on here? The reason is probably not what you'd expect. So it says eating before bed may lead to unhealthy habits. The current evidence shows no physiological reason why eating before bed should cause weight gain. However, several studies have shown that people who eat before bed are more likely to gain weight. More likely. Not even like some do some. More likely. Why? It turns out that people who eat before bed are more likely to gain weight simply because bedtime snack is an extra meal and therefore extra calories. Okay? Extra calories. Now, for the individual like us who tracks macros, we don't do that. We don't add in an extra meal. So therefore, someone like us, you can eat right up to bed, track your macros. If you don't go over your macros, guess what? You're not going to gain fat. It's that simple. But people that are new to this aren't necessarily tracking macros. There's like a big push lately with some of these diets. So we don't, like the Mediterranean diet, we don't count calories. The fuck? What is wrong with you? You don't count calories. Like, that's the dumbest shit. Like, there's another one, the cruise control diet. We don't count calories. What the fuck? So let me get this straight. All these years, you guys have been trying to crack the obesity code, counting calories. And that's not working. So don't count calories and let people overeat. And that's going to... Anyways, anyway, let's... Whatever. So it says, basically, the evening is the time of day when many people tend to feel the hungriest. This makes it even more likely that a bedtime snack will end up pushing your caloric intake over your daily caloric needs. The fact that most people like to snack at night while watching TV or working on their laptops, it's no surprise that these habits might lead to weight gain. Some people also become extremely hungry before bed because they don't eat enough during the day. This extreme hunger can cause a cycle of eating too much before bed, then being too full to eat much the next morning, and again becoming overly hungry before bed the next evening. So don't forget, you eat a lot the night before, may not be fully digested, doesn't mean it's turning into fat. But if you're not that hungry when you wake up in the morning, you skip breakfast, you go to work. If you're one of the people who works 9 to 5, you might not be able to eat till noontime or 2 o'clock or something like that. Then by the time you get home for dinner, you know what I mean? Like, if you've only had 2 meals, you're going to be fucking hungry. You're missing fucking a whole bunch of your nutrition, right? So for most people, the problem with eating at night is not that your metabolism switches to storing calories as fat at night. Instead, weight gain is caused by the unhealthy habits that often accompany bedtime snacking. Bottom line, in most cases, eating before bed only causes weight gain because of the habits such as eating while watching TV, eating too many calories before bed. Eating before bed is bad if you have reflux. So if you have GERD, which is a reflux disease, GERD, I'm sorry, not GERD, is a common condition that affects 20 to 48% of Western populations. Symptoms include heartburn, difficulty swallowing, a lump in the throat, worsening nightmare asthma. I don't know what the fuck that is. If you have these symptoms, you'd want to avoid snacking before bed. Eating before bed can make symptoms worse because having a full stomach when you lie down makes it easier for your stomach acid to splash back into your throat. Therefore, if you have reflux, it's a good idea to avoid eating anything for at least 3 hours before bed or laying down. Additionally, you might want to avoid drinking or eating anything containing caffeine, alcohol, tea, chocolate, or hot spices. All of these can aggravate the symptoms. It says eating before bed may have some benefits. Now, this is something nobody talks about. It says, eating before bed may not be the best idea for some, but it can be beneficial for others. It may curb nighttime eating and aid in weight loss. Some evidence suggests that rather than causing weight gain, eating bedtime snack may actually have some help some people lose weight. If you're a person who tends to eat a big portion of your calories during the night, usually before going to bed, having a snack after dinner can help control your desire for nighttime snacking. In one 4-week study of adults who were nighttime snackers, participants who began eating 1 bowl of cereal and milk 90 minutes after dinner ate an average of 397 fewer calories per day. In the end, they lost an average of 1.85 pounds just from this change alone. So this study suggests that adding a small after dinner snack, may help night snackers feel satisfied enough to eat less than they would otherwise. Over time, this may have possible weight loss benefits. Now, that's the truth. So if you're someone who tracks your macros and calories, then you can eat you can eat fucking 10 minutes before you go to bed if you want. Fucking eat the rest of your macros and go lay down, you're good. When you get up in the morning, if you're still not hungry, here's the thing. You have to eat, right? You got to keep those calories coming in, unless you're doing intermittent fasting or whatever. But if you're, one of those people that doesn't want to, again, if you're tracking calories and stuff, you don't have to eat in the morning. You're just going to track your calories or track your macros, track your calories. You'll get them in whenever. It doesn't really fucking matter. But if you're one of those people that doesn't really track, you don't know what that is, and you're just starting your journey, if you get up in the morning and you're fucking not hungry, and you're sitting there going, well, I'm not going to eat now, and you're going to have one of those days where you don't eat till 2 or 3 in the afternoon, but you don't even know what intermittent fasting is. You don't even know how to control hunger, how to control macros. Like, you're just barely started working out. Like, you're going to have to force yourself to eat that breakfast in the morning. So you're going to have to eat at night, eat in the morning, eat your meal at noontime or whatever the case may be. You got to stay very consistent. But this really kind of, puts to bed the whole eating makes you fat if you eat before bed. No, but most people, myself included, I could probably not eat all day long and I wouldn't give a fuck. It's when you come home. So maybe something like intermittent fasting would be a lot better for people that are not hungry until they get home. Fast all day long, have water, and then when you get home, have your 8-hour window. Like maybe the 8-hour window starts at, let's say, let's go 4 to, till you go to bed. It's an 8-hour window. You're probably not going to be up till like 10 o'clock or whatever. Maybe. Maybe you're up to midnight. Who the hell knows? But bottom line is you can shift that 8-hour window. You can shorten the 8-hour window to 4 or 6 hours, whatever case it may be. But in general, the truth is, and I'm bro as they come, guys. I'm bro as fuck. Like, and my mom was going to name me instead of Jerry. It was going to be bro, but they went with Jerry instead. But, bottom line is the truth is you can eat before bed and not gain fat. You can eat before bed and gain fat. It just depends on whether you're counting your macros, you're controlling your shit. If you can't control your shit, you're not really sure how to do it, learn to count macros. Download MyFitnessPal, learn to count macros, learn to hit those fucking numbers, and then you can eat right up to bed in the middle of the day, in the middle of the night, fuck whatever you want to do, because you're hitting those numbers and you're not going to go over, you're not going to gain fat. So hopefully this video will be a lot of help to a lot of people out there, because it seems to be a topic that never fucking dies. And it just keeps coming up over and over again every couple of years, and it's like, fuck, don't you guys understand? It's like, well, no, it's a new group of people. So hopefully the people that see this, eventually when they hear somebody talking about it, they'll send this video to them and watch this so everybody understands that shit. But all in all, guys, Jerry the Bro says that you're not going to gain fat if you eat before bed if you count your fucking macros. BioStrengthTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. BioStrength.com is a blog. It's the Count Your Macros Before Bed bicep, and you're fine, and we are out.